Friends, I will be speaking on this last aspect, preventive aspects and medical legal aspects of ocular trauma. No financial interest. Well, I dedicate this presentation to my mentor, Padam Bhushan Dr. S.S. Badrinath sir, from whom I learned A to Z of ocular trauma. Actually, in 1987 to 1990, we were getting injuries of Indian peacekeeping force soldiers in Sri Lanka, and I got 169 cases from these IPKF injuries. So after initial treatment, many of the cases which were complicated, I used to take to Dr. Badrinath sir, and he has treated at top priority, and at the same time he taught me the pearls in managing posterior segment injury which Dr. Dhansri has just told. So this great man has done a lot of work for armed forces, so hats off to this man. Unluckily, we lost him recently on 21st November 23. And ocular trauma preventive aspects, I will be dealing under these 8 heads. First is occupational eye injuries, which constitute 1/3 of all eye injuries, and activity like grinding, hammering, welding, drilling, cutting metal, they causes these injuries, conjunctival, corneal, foreign body, arc injury, chemical injuries, penetrating injuries, intraocular foreign body, electric shock. The preventive aspect for this is we should have a eye wear protection in form of safety goggles or glasses or welding helmets. For chemical injuries, we should have eye washing stations at the site of the occupation itself. Other common cause for is motor vehicle accidents. So prevention for that, there is a seat belt legislation, and laminated windscreen has reduced injury to great extent. But frontal airbag deployment has prevented life-threatening injuries, but on the other hand, it has increased the eye injuries like corneal abrasion and traumatic macular edema. Sports injuries are 90% sports injuries are preventable, and particularly so the sports in which there is a use of racket, bats, ball, they cause severe injury, and very high risk injuries are there in boxing, wrestling, contact martial arts. Well, those athletes or persons taking parts in sports, we must see that if these persons are having myopia or aphakia, we must screen them, because these are the persons who are likely to have the retinal detachment with sports injury. For sports, we should have protective device. The protective device is made of polycarbonate material. This polycarbonate material is 8 times stronger than the normal plastic material, and it is capable of absorbing UVA as well as UVB rays. This is available as prescription lenses also. In low risk sports, we take 2 millimeter polycarbonate glasses. In moderate to high, 3 millimeter thick polycarbonate lenses. Those who are having refractory errors, there the prescription polycarbonate lens glasses should be used, and we should have a sturdy sports having impact resistance. In sports like cricket, hockey and baseball, we should have a face mask attached to a helmet. Ocular VAR injury, 15 to 25% are bilateral, and in Sri Lanka, which I got about 169 cases, most of the injuries were blast injuries, because the Tamil Tigers, they were using internal explosive devices, and due to that blast injuries become. These blast injuries can have effect due to the primary effect, secondary effect due to the fragments they are carried away and they go to the eye. As you see in this case, the hundreds of foreign bodies are impregnated over the cornea. Tertiary, because when blast occurs, the eye gets against the orbital wall, struck against the orbital wall, and then the structures of the orbits are damaged. Or fourthly, from the burns. In bombing injury, we can have missile fragments injury, or the small fragments of mortar, cement can be there. Well, the earlier speaker, Brigadier Vinod Agarwal, my friend, who has enough experience of Kargil warfare in 1999, he recommends that there should be a helmet fitted with 4 millimeter thick polycarbonate glasses. Because in war, we require to come with great force, the injury occurs. So that is why this 4 millimeter thick polycarbonate glasses should be there along with the helmet. It will prevent small fragment to enter, it will prevent from mine blast injury, and it will be able to reduce eye injuries to great extent. In fireworks, injuries occur at home places, mostly in children. So, particularly the malfunctioning fireworks, we should not try to reignite. They are the cause of the injuries. In domestic setup, the women and children, they are prey to domestic violence. They can get injury. Children can get injury due to so many sharp household articles. Domestic accidents involving chemicals also do occur. When chemicals are there, we should not run for another thing. Whatever is available at home, even the irrigation with water is good enough with clean water. So immediately we should irrigate for irritating chemicals 5 minutes, but if there is a severe irritant or 4 acids for 20 minutes wash we should give. And in alkalis, hydrochloric acid and phenol, we should give 60-minute wash because they are the most dangerous. And not only, even with 60-minute wash, still if it is there, it may require rewash even also. Of course, in hospital setup we can have wash with ringer lactate or isotonic saline, but otherwise at home when it occurs, we should give with clean water. Pediatric injuries, they occur because children have got immature motor skills and they have curiosity to do the things, so immediately injuries occur. They can fall against wall, they can fight among each other, and playing bow and arrow is another cause of injury. So we should provide children at all times, and the pencil, knives, they should be kept away from the children. We should avoid danger games of throwing objects, playing with guns, lighting fireworks. Bow and arrow injuries, they were when this Ramayana serial was there by Ramanand Sagar in 86-7. I remember there were a lot of injuries, and Shankar Netralaya got so many injuries to the extent Dr. Badrinath said that this serial should be stopped. There was tremendous bow and arrow injury because every children they started playing with bow and arrow at their home. They started causing injury. So that should not be permitted to go as far as possible. Safety goggles should be provided to children who engage in sports. In old age, injury occurs generally due to falls, or the person may be having hypertension, dementia, so they can fall, so that injuries can occur. Of course, injury can occur due to if the bathrooms are slippery, so we should make a rough floor. Now I come to the medico-legal aspects of the injury. The medico-legal aspects, medico-legal negligence or professional negligence is under these two heads I will be telling. When a case of ocular trauma comes to a medical officer, he must do all details, name of the patient, name of the inspector who is along with the injury. So all reports should be there. In medical legal report, it should be written, and anything doing written and informed consent should be there from the individual. And the police must also be informed. If there is one doesn't comply with any of the above, then negligence may be filed against him in the court of the law. Negligence, professional negligence can be due to, there can be absence of a reasonable skill. As a rule, MBBS should have such knowledge for managing. A MS should have such much knowledge for managing, and if he is MCH, he should have such knowledge. So that reasonable skill must be there. If the person does not have that reasonable skill according to his qualification and all, that is also medically questionable. If there is a willful negligence either in the act of commission, suppose if one was to operate right eye and has operated left eye, this is an act of commission, wrong act of commission, so he is again liable for medical legal. Act of omission, certain things one is supposed to do but one doesn't do. As Vinod Verma has said, tetanus prophylaxis. If tetanus prophylaxis is not done, so that one was supposed to do, so that becomes act of omission. So that is also questionable. In cases of injuries also, as Sri Ratra has also told, if it is delayed for more than 24 hours, it can cause endophthalmitis. So you have delayed, you have omitted that time or you delayed it, so again you are liable to medical legal because you have delayed and then endophthalmitis is occurred. Well, against negligence we should, to avoid, we should not criticize our fellow doctor, we should have good medical record. We should manage the complication which occurs well, and as well as we should inform the complication. If any nucleus drop has occurred, then it is not that we should not hide. Any IOL drop has occurred, we must manage it, and at the same time we must inform it also, because this complication is likely to occur, so it has occurred. But to hide it, it is a medical legally questionable. Medical legal for compensation is also there, because any person who gets injured, he has to take time off. He will be spending on the treatment also. So in India we have got Workmen Compensation Act of 1923, which has been modified many times afterwards, and Motor Vehicle Act is there. But employer is not liable to pay for compensation if the disability is less than 3 days, or if the person who was working, he was under the influence of alcohol, or he or she has not obeyed the rule which has been laid by the employer. So their compensation will not be there. Amount of compensation depends upon the disablement. If there is a loss of vision in one eye, then there is a 10% disablement. If loss of vision, complete loss of vision in one eye, there is a 30% disablement. And if there is, along with that, there is a disfigurement, then 40%. And if there is a complete loss of vision in both eyes, then there is a 100% disablement. And according to disablement, compensation is there. For compensation, there must be a notice which must be given to the employer within 7 days. And claim must be put within 2 years. Even to the commissioner, claim must go within 2 years of the injury occurred. The application for claim must accompany the statement of circumstances, date of the service of notice to employer, which should be given within 7 days, and name and address of the parties. So thank you, brothers.